Hey everyone, this video is about intermittent fasting. There are a few topics we're going to cover. So what is it? Some of the misconceptions I've heard, what are the benefits, how do you get started, and what to eat and when. I'm also going to talk a little bit about if you're going to work out and when you should do that and how you get the best benefits out of that. If at the end you still have questions or you want clarification on something, just leave me a comment or inbox me and I will help you out with that too. Intermittent fasting isn't a diet plan, it's just timing your meals differently than what you're used to. It looks something like this. So for 16 hours of the day, you don't eat. And for 8 hours of the day or 6 hours of the day, you eat. That's it. So depending on what your schedule looks like and what timing is convenient for you, you can just adjust this based on the example shown here. So I started my fasting at 8 p.m. So in the first picture, you can see from 8 p.m. to 12 p.m. you're fasting. You can have water and coffee and tea, but it has to be black. So you can add ginger or cinnamon if you'd like to your tea to add some flavor. You just don't want to have any milk or sugar because that will actually break the fast, and the whole point is to stay in this fasted state. At 12 p.m., that's when you're going to have your first meal, or after your 16-hour fast, depending on what timing you're doing. We'll talk about what to eat on another slide. At 8 p.m., you're not having any food again, and you can have water or decaf tea if you want, but just try and stick to the fasting. This is when the magic takes place, and this is when you get the best benefits. This is your time, your body's time to rest, reset, and detox. Here are some of the misconceptions that I've heard. I can eat whatever I want as long as it's during my eating window. No, you can't eat whatever you want. You still need to be at a calorie deficit for weight loss. And if you plan on gaining weight, you still have to give your body the proper nutrients for growth. You still have to make healthy choices for your overall health and energy levels. Intermittent fasting is a good way to build on the muscle that you have. So this misconception about losing muscle and your metabolism slowing down is also wrong. The reason people think that your metabolism slows down during intermittent fasting is because the lower function of your thyroid when fasting. But as soon as you start eating again, your thyroid returns to normal function. The next misconception is that you'll be too tired to get through the day because you don't have any food as energy. Actually, what intermittent fasting does is reserves energy for the task at hand. Your body goes into a sort of fight or flight mode, focusing its energy on whatever task you're doing. In turn, you're actually reserving energy. Also, since you're not eating carbs in the morning and then again in the afternoon, you won't get that insulin spike. That allows you to beat that afternoon slump where you feel like just going for a long winter's nap by 2 p.m. Plus, you can drink coffee if you want. So during your fast, that will also help you curb your hunger and stay alert. The caffeine also boosts your metabolism and helps you burn fat while you fast. So this is an example of what your meals are going to look like. For the first meal, it's best to start with your first meal out without any carbs or as little as possible. You don't want to start the day out with an insulin spike. I usually have a protein shake after my workout because I'm working out in the middle of the day. So basically at the end of my fast, that's when I do my workout. And then I have my first meal and I stick to just a protein shake. If you can pick some sort of protein and fiber or vegetables, so I put as an example here, a salad with some chicken would be good. Now remember that your first meal is not going to be until noon, so it's not actually going to feel like breakfast. So don't worry about making your first meal from the breakfast category. Essentially, we're skipping breakfast. So there's a picture of my two favorite proteins. I always buy Allmax products. I just like the flavors and I like how their ingredients are listed and I like how the quality is tested. I also put the Premier protein shakes there. You can get them at Costco. I've had them before too. They're really good. I like the macros on those, although they do have artificial sweeteners, and so does that darker container of the Isoflex. It's just a personal choice. I decided to stay away from artificial sweeteners, so I actually buy the natural line of Allmax products now. 2 to 3 hours later, or whenever you get hungry again, you're going to reach for some healthy fats and protein. And again, vegetables and fruit are your friend here. I like vegetables and hummus or fruit with Greek yogurt. Add some nuts or seeds to it for that extra flavor. Some key things here about yogurt is you want to try and stay away from the ones with the flavor and the sugars in them. Check the label. They also have coconut yogurt too, and apparently that's really good for you, and lactose free if you can't have any milk products. Then 2 to 3 hours later, we're going to call this next meal dinner. This is my happy time because that's when I eat my carbs. My go-to carb is sweet potato, but I still eat rice, I still have wraps, I still have tacos. Make sure there are more vegetables here to get your fibers in there, and that's going to help your digestion too. When picking out your vegetables, remember green is good. I like adding onions to my vegetables. It's just an easy filler and adds flavor. So by 8 p.m., you're done eating. So if you want to have one last meal or snack just before you go to bed, that's good too. It really doesn't matter if you're going to bed an hour later. As long as you're still at a calorie deficit, you're going to see results. Your body's going to still digest even though you're laying in bed or sleeping. I like to have fruit as a snack before bed. It feels like a treat to me because of the natural sweetness. After 8 p.m., no more food. You can drink water, have decaf tea, relax. This is where the benefits come in for fasting. So stick to it until the next day at noon again. I guarantee you're going to love the results you get. Try to remember that any kind of little change is going to take some time to get used to. So stick to the diet and try your best. You can do it. Now for the good stuff. What are the benefits of intermittent fasting? So 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, your body is going through a lot and doing a lot of work to keep up normal function, from digestion to concentration to hormone and fluid balancing and so much more. What happens during the fasting portion is that your body gets time to rest, reset, repair, cleanse all the cells in your body, your skin, your nails, your brain, your fluids, intestines, liver, colon, muscles, lungs. Everything gets a chance to return to normal function and cleanse. Let's say on a normal day you're eating till 10 p.m. and then again at 7 a.m. Your body isn't given enough time to do all the work that it needs to do for the cellular rejuvenation and resetting all your organs and balancing your hormones. So by giving your body that extra time, it actually gets time to reset and rest and return to normal function, doing all those jobs it has to do in that longer period of time. At the same time, fasting encourages and promotes human growth hormone, which for the most part is low in most people. So the human growth hormone is responsible for so much. As you age, your HGH levels decrease, causing brittle bones, lower testosterone in men, and lower estrogen in women. During this fasted state, your body is allowed time to balance those hormones, which allow you to feel more energetic, feel younger. On the other side, the lower HGH will make you feel more unwell. You'll feel more sick and low and feel like you have no energy. Increasing your HGH levels will also help your sports performance, allowing you to be faster, more limber. Fasting helps normalize insulin sensitivity. Insulin has a lot to do with weight gain and balancing hormones like progesterone and estrogen. Unbalanced insulin levels means that your body isn't functioning at optimal level. High progesterone and lower estrogen means infertility in women. If your insulin is constantly spiking and crashing, you're going to feel tired throughout the day, even though you know you got a good night's sleep. And if you didn't get a good night's sleep, then you're going to feel tired all day anyways. I also find that when I'm tired, all I want to do is eat food. An insulin spike happens when you have those carbs for breakfast and then carbs again at lunch, and then you crash, and then you have a coffee to try and make yourself feel more awake, and then you crash again, and then you need more carbs to stay awake again or feel better. That's your body telling you that your insulin levels are out of balance. It's really just a vicious cycle. The last two things I have on that list there are mental function and weight loss. As I said before, your body goes into this sort of fight or flight when you're fasting, so it conserves energy for whatever task you're doing. It allows you to actually focus on what you're doing. On top of that, remember how I said all your cells, your lungs, your fluids, they're all resetting. They're getting that rest period. Well, your brain does too. Woohoo! After doing intermittent fasting for 2 weeks, I guarantee you will have less brain fog. You'll be more focused on your work, the conversations you have with people, and you'll just be present with yourself. And lastly, what we all came here for, at least that's what I came here for, is for weight loss. It helps you to retain and gain muscle as well. Intermittent fasting also helps to shut off that hunger hormone. You're going to have a shorter period of time to eat, so essentially you're going to be eating less calories in a shorter amount of time. Your body is going to hold on to the muscle that you have and use the stored fat that you have as energy. You're not going to be eating any food, so you're going to drink lots of water to help get you through that. You can also have coffee and tea. So during that fasted time, this allows you to curb your hunger and allow your cells, your body, your brain to reap the benefits of the fast. This is how to get started. First off, decide what timing works for you. 9 to 5, 10 to 6, 11 to 7, 12 to 8. Based on what your day looks like, you can see yourself, when can you see yourself eating and not eating? Then you'll plan your meals accordingly. Meal prep for the week or even 3 days. Pack your meals the night before and bring your lunch, your shake, your water bottle, whatever you need. Set yourself up so that you have everything you need so that there's no room to steer away from your diet. Eat a balance of proteins, fibers, healthy fats, and antioxidants. There's an example of what your meals could look like and the timing of it. Again, you can decide what's good for you and what you want to eat. I totally understand not everyone can wrap their head around eating the same meals every day or eating salad every day or chicken and veg and rice. So you have to plan your meals so that you're going to be successful. Just try to get a balance and stick to the perimeter of the grocery store when picking out your foods, other than the ice cream aisle. Just don't even go there. So here are some do's and don'ts of intermittent fasting. During your fasting window, do have lots of water. You can have coffee, make sure it's black. Don't add any calories to your coffee or your tea. If you like ginger or cinnamon, add that flavor in your tea if you'd like. I also read that bone broth is okay too during your fasted state. I haven't tried this, but you're welcome to try that if you'd like. If you are going to decide to exercise, it's best to do it during your fasted state. That's where you're going to get the best results. What you'll find during your fasted workout is that your performance will suffer. You won't be as strong, your energy won't be as high, but you will get the best results for fat loss during this state. If you can't work out during your fasted state, that's okay. Just do whatever's best for you. If you're going to work out after a meal, allow some time for digestion, maybe a half an hour to an hour, just to ensure that you can get the benefits of the added energy, making you stronger and allowing your body to grab onto those extra nutrients. If you work out after your first meal, you're not going to get as much of fat loss as you would in the fasted state, but you'll still have all the other benefits as well as some fat loss. It's just going to be a little bit more if you do it fasted. As for the don't list, while you're fasted, don't break your fast. It's important to stay consistent every day. No sugar, no sweeteners. That causes the insulin spike, and we all know that's just bad news. No diet soda, just no calories at all during your fasted state. The whole point is to stay fasted to get the benefits of fasting. As for your supplements, no BCAAs and no pre-workout. You can take water-soluble vitamins, but not your oil-based ones. As for the water-based supplements, taking those on an empty stomach may be hard on your stomach, so you might want to wait until you eat anyways. As for alcohol, it's best to limit your consumption, obviously, when you're trying to lose weight, but it's not realistic for most to not drink anything at all. So in saying that, if you're going to have alcohol, just save it till after you have consumed some food. Next, this shows the do's and don'ts of your eating window. So from 12 to 8 p.m. or whatever time you decide, hooray, you can eat. Do continue to drink water and eat healthy, balanced diets of fat, fiber, protein, antioxidants, and carbs. Even though they get a bad rap, we still need them. Add spices to your meals like garlic, turmeric, ginger. Cardamom is my favorite. I just found out about this spice and I add it to like everything now. I add it to my sweet potatoes. Oh my God, it tastes like candy. Do exercise if you can, and also if you can, lift weights. It's the best way for fat loss and muscle gain. But if you can only focus on one thing, then choose diet, because diet is where you'll see the best results for your body, your overall health and well-being. Don't eat outside your meal plan. Try to stick to what you know is healthy. Staying on track is more often is what's going to help you build a healthy lifestyle, not just to see the results in your body in a short period of time. Don't eat after 8 p.m. or whatever time you decide is your fasting window. Stay away from refined sugar. Check your food labels. Ingredients are listed on the food label based on highest content to lowest content. So within the first three, if you see sugar, just put it back on the shelf. The next items I'm going to put out there as helpful hints. If you decide it's important to you to get rid of it, white rice, fries, white potatoes, white bread, artificial sweeteners. We all know that there are better choices out there to replace these items. If you can't do all of those at once, maybe just try replacing white rice with wild rice or brown rice, or adding sweet potatoes into your diet once a week instead of white potatoes. Next are just some added notes about fasting. Women and their hunger cravings tend to come on stronger or more aggressively during different times of the month. Intermittent fasting is not for pregnant women or for people with diabetes. If that's you, talk to your doctor about a healthy diet plan for yourself. The goal is to fast for 16 hours, but if you can do 18, that's better. If you can do 20, that's even better. The deeper cellular benefits start at 16 hours, but if you decide to only fast for 16 hours, you'll still get the benefits, and I also think it's a great place to start. If you decide to fast for 18 to 20 hours just by starting out, you're more likely to quit and say that this is a stupid way to live before you even find out how awesome it is. The next point I kind of already touched on a bit, but you will get the best results out of your workout if you do it during a fasted state. So that'd be something that you could try, maybe even once a week to try it. Since I started intermittent fasting and doing research about it, I found out a few other ways to fast. I haven't got a lot of info on it, but there are other types of fasting, and I am intrigued by one of them specifically. So I'm willing to try that just to see what the kind of results I can get out of that. So the first one you see there is a dry fast, so no water. The added benefits here would be to pull the excess water from your fat, essentially burning more fat. This type of fast should only be done every 3 to 6 months. The next one is a liquid fast, so you would only have water, coffee, tea, bone broth for 24 hours. The added benefits here would be for digestive purposes. And the last one there is the prolonged fast, which means that you would only have water for 24 to 48 hours. 48 hours, no food, what the heck? Okay, the added benefits here would be for cellular rejuvenation and increase mental focus. I bet you it's a challenge on the mind as much as it is the body. This one you can do once a month. I think this one intrigues me the most because I think that it's just a challenge for your body, for your mind. So we'll see if I decide to do that one. I need to look into it a little bit more before I just try it. So this is my experience. I've been doing intermittent fasting for 13 weeks and I've had lots of benefits from it. But it didn't just start right away, and it by no means was easy. The first week that I started intermittent fasting, I had a headache every day at the same time for 3 days in a row. I wrote down what time it happened and how long it lasted. Basically, at hour 14, I had a headache for about a half an hour, and then it went away. The fourth day, my headaches were gone, and I never had one after that. So I don't know if it was just my body just getting used to the fasting, but it stopped after 4 days, so no big deal. Almost every day during the first week or two, I was hungry. It was a challenge to get my body and my mind through that. I just drank water and I focused on my goal. I knew that I had to be consistent in order to get the benefits. So I just stayed strong and focused on what I needed to do. Some days I complained about it, and other days I just sucked it up, drank my water, knowing at the end the results would be worth it. Honestly is the best policy, so I will tell you that I had some days where I messed up. I went about 6 weeks straight where I didn't budge from the plan. And then week 7, a few times during the week, I ate after 8 p.m., felt like crap about it, and then the next day got back on track. Week 8 to 12, I was crushing it. Stayed on task, drank a glass or 2 of wine a week. That's my guilty pleasure. Sue me. The end of the week week 12 was Easter, and that screwed me right over for the weekend. I gained about 5 pounds in 3 days, so that was pretty disappointing. But again, got back on track the next day. The benefits that I've noticed, I didn't even know this was a possibility until I started looking deeper into the research here, but my nails are super long and strong, which I've never had. I don't have any hunger cravings anymore. I feel like I have a healthy relationship with food. Before this experience, I feel like I was almost abusing food. I ate it whenever I felt like it, and too much. I ate when I was hungry. I ate when I wasn't hungry. I ate when I was bored. I ate when I sat in front of the TV. I had when I had a bad day, or even just if I looked in the cupboard and saw something I wanted to eat. It's not healthy. I didn't view it as anything negative. It was just natural to eat all day and overeat. Now I view food as fuel to get through my day, not for pleasure. I'm eating a lot less now than when I was when I first started. Yeah, because I'm down weight, but also because I don't feel like I need food. I eat when I'm hungry and to get me through my day, depending on what that day looks like. I don't crave sweets until it's that time of the month. As I said before, our hormones and those cravings will be aggressive at times. Here's the fix for that. Know when you're going to want sweets. Just plan for your cheat day and then check out those healthy treat recipes that I posted before. Get your small fix and no binging. And then then reset for the next day. We're all human and you just have to maintain a healthy relationship with food. Okay, the results are in. I lost in 12 weeks. Drum roll, please. 17 pounds. It's a little over a pound a week. I could have gone a little bit more aggressively, but regardless, I'm extremely proud of my progress. I can't wait to show you my progress and my progress pictures, and I will be posting that very shortly. I hope to inspire you to start your own journey. Check out my Facebook, Fit for Your Lifestyle, my Instagram, CastFitness88, and follow my YouTube. Thanks, guys.